Hey guys, okay, so I've been using the 6T religiously for the past month. I took it to church, I let the priest touch it, he loved it, creep. I loved it, and I knew I would, but I don't think everyone should jump on the 6T bandwagon. I mean, it still looks pretty similar to the 6, which isn't a bad thing, it's a great looking phone, but it's still got that glass back without offering wireless charging, which I still think is stupid. I mean, other than aesthetics, there's literally no point. They've ditched the headphone jack to make room for the bigger battery and for the in-display fingerprint scanner tech. I know for a lot of people, that's a huge bummer, but personally, after reviewing so many phones without one, I've gotten used to it, so that's not a deal breaker for me at all. And that in-display fingerprint scanner, yeah dude, this is that high-budget sci-fi show tech type shit right here, folks, and it's the first phone I've used with this tech, so for me, it's incredibly cool, and even after a month, it still hasn't lost its novelty on me, although your mileage may vary. But here's the thing, it's still very first-gen feeling, like it's not as snappy or accurate as new biometric fingerprint scanners. So at the end of the day, to me, it's still just that, a novelty, but it's one of the coolest goddamn novelty features I've had on a phone in a long time, and it's only gonna get better from here. My biggest complaint with it though is the same thing most others complain about. At night while in bed, holy shit does it make the screen blindingly bright, and it always catches me off guard because I always expect a black AMOLED display to stay dark, but nope. You hit that scanner and it's like waking up to a slap in the face and a flashlight in the eyes. And that bigger battery I mentioned a minute ago, Jesus Christ is it good. I mean, battery life on the 6 was fantastic, but now comparing the 6T's battery life to most other phones costing hundreds of dollars more is like comparing the sex drive of a horny teenager to a senior citizen. Before they discovered Viagra. That pill's like the fountain of youth, man. Not that I'd know about it. Anyways, yeah, battery life's crazy good. Like, I can safely call the 6T a 2-day phone, which is what I normally get out of it, or a day and a half of those days when I have no life and literally nothing to do but stare at my phone all day. So if you find you get less, then Jesus Christ, put the phone down and go out and do something with yourself. Get a girlfriend or something, man. Performance is almost pointless to talk about with OnePlus phones. They've always had, in my opinion, probably the best performance on any phone I ever review. I went with the cheapest option with 6 gigs of RAM because I think that's the one most folks will opt for, and yeah, it's still flawless. And still having probably my favorite software UI on a phone doesn't hurt either, making customizations easy with just the right amount of useful features and easy theming options to get the look you want without any additional dicking around with a ton of third-party apps. Oh, and that dark mode? Dude, can someone please give OnePlus an award for being one of the few brands that does it right? Like, I don't know what these other brands are so afraid of, but I think it's to nut up and finally offer proper dark mode on all phones. There's no excuse. We've still got a 1080p AMOLED display, but now it's a bit bigger with a smaller notch that hasn't bothered me at all. So a step in the right direction, and it looks great too. It's got good colors, it's sharp, we've got some image profiles to choose from. It's a great display. I just wish one day they'd figure out how to get a QHD resolution display in there while keeping the prices the same, because I mean, it's been a while now. Now, whenever I review a OnePlus phone, I always take the price into consideration. I mean, what you get for the money is just ridiculous. But that goddamn mono speaker, guys, every time I watch a YouTube video or play music, I'm always like, oh yeah, right, the phone only costs 550 bucks. But let's be honest, it still sounds, yeah. So we still got the same cameras, but now we've got a new night mode, which can do a decent job, but can also tend to muddy up the shadows a bit and completely blow out highlights. It's just incomparable to what the Pixel or new Huawei phone's night modes can do. It also sometimes likes to overexpose a bit, and sometimes the contrast looks a little flat, but images do still look very sharp, maybe even a bit overprocessed looking at times. Focusing is fast, and when it nails the exposure, colors look great. I'd say the vast majority of the time, you're gonna get a picture you're pretty damn happy with. So, wrapping up my month-long review of the 6T, like I knew I would, I love this phone. For what you get at this price, even with my dumb little complaints, it's hard not to recommend this phone to everyone. But I don't think a slightly bigger display and a slightly bigger battery and a new night mode is worth shitting your pants over while the OnePlus 6 is still available. The in-display fingerprint scanner, as a tech enthusiast, is just mind-blowingly cool to me. But since it's first-gen tech and behaves like first-gen tech does, at this point it's more of a novelty in my mind than a convenience. So if you're like me and you have to have the latest and cutting-edge tech, I get it. I mean, I don't want to tell anyone not to buy it, but the OnePlus 6 is still available at a lower price, and you wouldn't really be missing out on much if you went that route instead. Anyways, sound off in the comments and let me know how wrong or right I am. I'm really interested to know what everyone thinks. Make sure you follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes shenanigans and videos of me screaming at babies. If you enjoyed the video, show me some love with that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for new videos every week. But thanks as always for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Cheers.